Alright, so, what I'm gonna do... Yeah, I've got the two tables here. I'll show you. It's actually right here. It's called Poker Ranges. If I can do it in that small... Let's see. There. Heads up. 6 men. Think. Let's go. You guys see that? Kind of small. I usually have it for like full screen, but yeah, I made this. This is like an Excel spreadsheet with macros or hyperlinks, and it's how to play really solid sound poker with really good ranges pre-flop for 6 max, right? Like under the gun, that's this one. Definitely open everything in blue. Optional is the ones in pink here. Like if it's a tight or a tougher table, don't open the ones in pink. If it's a pretty easy table, sure, you can probably get away with it. Like if no one's playing back at you or putting you to tough decisions, why not, right? The more hands you can play, the better. Same thing under the gun +1, you play a little bit more, see 20%. Under the gun was 15%, 20%, you get to the cutoff, 26% of hands with some optional. The button, you can see you're playing more and more hands because you only have to get through the blinds now, right? So open 40, play those ones optional. Small blind, you're playing a lot. Looks a little crazy. This is my mixed strategy. For at least if you have a good opponent in the small blind or the big blind, because you want to be raising a certain percentage, you want to be calling a certain percentage. Jacks, queens, kings, and aces is a mix. Sometimes you want to raise them, sometimes you want to limp call, sometimes you want to limp re-raise. You kind of want to put those into all of the different lines against a better player. Limp re-raise in pink here. So I kind of have a bit of everything when I have a good player in the big blind. I'll do this. If it's just a really bad player, just open raise. I'll just open raise like a ton. So that's for raise first in when you're the first person to act. When someone else is raised. So let's say you're in the cutoff in the green here. You're in the cutoff and under the gun opened to 3x. So at the game we're playing, 50, 100, under the gun opened to $3. What do? You're in the cutoff. Well, here's what you do. You re-raise everything in blue, you flat call everything in green, you fold the rest. If you did that, you're playing pretty strong poker. Well, here's some adjustments. What if he only min-raised? Then you can play a few more hands. So the bigger he makes it, the more expensive he makes it. You tighten up. The cheaper it is, you open up a little bit. So that's it. Versus raise first in, right? Same thing here. What if you're in the small blind against the button who makes it 3x? Well, re-raise all of this, all with those ones. And then the last category is versus a 3-bet. So you open, let's say you open, let's say you open the cutoff and the button, so you make it $3, the button makes it $9. What do? You 4-bet, you re-raise with the blue. All right, so here's your bluffing, here's your value. You flat call the green because these are strong enough to call a 3-bet. Pretty cool. So I have it against everything, all hyperlinked. Different sizes, if they make it 8.5, if they make it 9, or 9 and 11, because typically when it's blind versus blind, it's a little bit bigger. But yeah, raise first in position if you're the first person to act and open the pot. Here's the different ranges, right? The gun +1, cut off, button, small blind versus the big blind. Versus raise first in. Someone else opened and you're facing a decision. How big was it? You just find your position. Oh, I'm in the big blind against an under the gun. You actually call a lot. And the reason you call a lot to an under the gun open is because you've already invested 1 blind, right? Getting a good price. But yeah, this is my like cheat sheet that I made. It took me a long time to make it. Like if we go to the very, very bottom versus 3-bit, how deep is this? You can see line 1943. So I did a lot. It took me a long time, like whole 40 hours on this thing. But it is a strong, strong pre-flop strategy. These ranges can't really go wrong. You'd be playing technically sound poker pre-flop, 6 max. So yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd share that. Put a bit of work into it. It's kind of cool. But that should be it for me, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up here and head to a wedding. It's time to celebrate with some friends. So